One Zambia, one nation. Hello and welcome to the news. I am your presenter, Henry Himonde. A look at the top stories. Chinese Chamber of Commerce donates to cholera campaign. Government calls for publicity of developmental projects. Construction of maternity annex at Moyo Rural Health Center nears completion. And Chipangali to procure 6,000 desks this year. And now the news in detail. The Chinese Chamber of Commerce in Zambia has donated assorted items worth 1 million kwacha to government. Vice President Mtalena Lumango says the donation will be channeled to prevent the further spread of cholera and to mitigate its impact through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU. She said this in a speech read on her behalf by Permanent Secretary for Resettlement under her office, Mavis Nkomesha, during the handover ceremony. Muna Chibende now gives us more in the following report.
In an effort to help government fight the cholera epidemic, different stakeholders have come on board by donating various items to address the cholera outbreak. The Chinese Chamber of Commerce in Zambia has donated various items to government worth 1 million kwacha as part of the national cholera response.
Encouraged by the information that there is a steady drop in both new infections and death. However, every single life lost is one too many, and we should not relent in our fighting against this outbreak. So our members, as Chinese investors operating in Zambia and the Chinese in general, have and continue to remain supportive in every way possible until, as a country, we get back to normal. So the materials we are handling over today are in response to the call that the government of Zambia and indeed Chinese embassy in Zambia has made, requesting individuals, institutes, donors to provide more resources to ensure that current cholera outbreak is contained in the country.
And Vice President Mtalena Lumango, who was represented by Resettlement Permanent Secretary under the Office of the Vice President, Mavis Nkomesha, thanked the Chinese Chamber of Commerce in Zambia for their support in the health sector.
I wish to acknowledge and appreciate the Chinese Chamber of Commerce in Zambia for the generous donations that will play a pivotal role in our ongoing battle against cholera. Your donations of items worth 1 million kwacha towards the fight against cholera is an indication of what true humanitarian effort is. The government of Zambia and its people are profoundly grateful for this donation. This generous donation will be channeled through our Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit to prevent the further spread of cholera and mitigate its impact.
Meanwhile, Ethical Institute and Leadership Academy Chief Executive Officer Hadni Kapandula emphasized the need for a mindset change in society by embracing good hygiene practices.
It's challenging us all to take a moment of deep reflection and have a complete mindset change on how we live and conduct our businesses. As we know, cholera thrives in unsanitary conditions and contaminated water sources. The first step in cholera prevention is a shift in mindset, a commitment to a personal and community hygiene. It is about recognizing that the small actions we take in our daily lives, starting from the way we handle food and water, the disposal of waste, have a direct impact on the health of our families and neighbors. Every action we take plays a role in either perpetuating the risk of cholera or mitigating it.
Muna Chibende for Zanis in Lusaka.
Lusaka Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Alex Mapushi has implored traditional leaders in Rufunsa and Chongwe district to take the lead in sensitizing communities on the contents of the Child Code Act. Mr. Mapushi says people at local level must be made aware that the Child Code is in effect and that those who will not abide by it risk being prosecuted. The Deputy Permanent Secretary also called on traditional leaders in the two districts to ensure that they adequately respond to all issues that negatively affect the welfare of children within their respective communities. Mr. Mapushi was speaking when he officially opened a meeting for headmen and headwomen from Rufunsa and Chongwe districts on the role of the Child Code Act organized by World Vision Zambia and the Department of Child Development in Chongwe District. Meanwhile, World Vision International Zambia Area Manager for Chongwe and Rufunsa districts, Rita Mapala, expressed happiness with the rollout of the Act to headmen and headwomen in the two districts.
A great majority of children in Zambia face numerous challenges, such as child marriages, gender-based violence, harmful cultural practices. Allow me to extend my heartfelt gratitude to World Vision for participating, for partnering rather, with the government in rolling out the Children's Code Act number 12 of 2022. This effort is symbolic of the importance you attach to the promotion and advancement of the welfare and development of the children in the province. As community leaders, you should be able to respond to some of these issues as they manifest themselves in areas where you live. It is my sincere hope that you will carry key messages from this meeting to your various locations and share with our people. Our people must understand that the law is in effect, and anyone who breaks it will not be spared from prosecution.
Particularly this week is building the capacity of the traditional leaders in the two programs that we're working in Chongwe and Rufunsa in child protection. And one key thing that we're doing is orienting the traditional leaders who are the gatekeepers in the community in the Child Code Act of 2022. Working with the Provincial Child Development Office, we are equipping the leaders in the Act because we believe that once they are equipped, they will go on to pass these messages to their subjects, and this will enhance the protection of children across the different villages that we're working in as World Vision. We are hopeful and we are positive that with this move, we should have a reduced number of child protection incidents, and that children around in the communities where we are working will be safeguarded and will be protected and will be allowed to enjoy life in all its fullness.
We now take you to Northwestern Province, where Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata says government is committed to support and enhance publicity of developmental projects and programs being implemented across the country in order to keep the masses well informed. Mr. Kapata stressed the need to highlight the positive impact of various police projects being undertaken in provinces which are transforming livelihoods. He said this when he toured selected projects being implemented under the Constituency Development Fund in Manyinga District. Details in the following report by Mwichech Poya.
The education sector remains one of government's priorities on its developmental agenda. Among the many CDF projects implemented in Manyinga District include classroom blocks at Kalinyika Primary School and Kamianda Secondary School.
This is a 1x3 structure that was done under CDF. This is a school which starts from ECE to grade 7, and they have about over 1,000 pupils. So it is one of the reasons why that the CDF thought of doing this project among many that applied. So this project has been done at a cost of 489,311 kwacha.
The school head teachers are elated with the massive development.
Saving a lot of children. In a class, certain classes we have got about 150, 140 children, and only one under one roof. This one is going to help us even to split, at least a teacher to have even maybe a minimum of 50 or 60 pupils per class, to give quality education.
Before this building was done, we have had challenges. You know, our school only had a 1x3 classroom block, and this school runs from grade 8 to grade 12. But with the coming in of this block, it has helped us a lot.
Earlier, the delegation from Ministry of Information and Media, led by Director Spokesperson Henry Kapata, paid a courtesy call on Manyinga District Commissioner.
The 28.3 And now we saw the president announcing a very good 30.6 commencing in 2024. That in itself suggests that there's quite a lot, like you have rightly put it, entrepreneurship in the rural setup of Manyinga, where the youths in the entrepreneurship industry can have something to do.
The construction of classroom blocks will create a clean and conducive learning environment for the learners. Mwichechpoya for Zanis, Manyinga District, Northwestern Province.
Still in Northwestern Province, Provincial Minister Robert Liefu says the fast-track court in the region is aimed at strengthening the fight against GBV and bringing all perpetrators to book. Mr. Liefu has since called on all stakeholders in the province to work together in curbing the vice. He said this during the ceremonial opening of the criminal sessions of the Solwezi High Court in Solwezi District.
This is the gender-based violence fast-track court being constructed at Solwezi High Court. Northwestern Province Minister Robert Liefu says the structure is near completion and will be handed over by the end of January this year.
The construction of the gender-based, as stated, which is behind me, fast-track court at Solwezi Subordinate Court is expected to be completed and handed over to government by 2024. If gender-based violence is not quickly controlled amongst families, children raised from GBV affected homes will most likely grow up into violent men and women with disturbed brains capable of negatively affecting the well-being of our beloved nation.
Justice Obesta Msukwa says the GBV court will help in ensuring dispensation of justice is rendered in a timely manner.
As the judiciary, we have been working tirelessly to improve the levels of service delivery in the province. We will strive at all costs to be professional, ethical, efficient, transparent, and courteous to the users of the court, and tap on the vision of the Honorable Chief Justice.
This infrastructure will provide efficient, effective, and timely adjudication to the Zambian people without fear or favor. Mwichechpoya for Zanis, Solwezi District, Northwestern Province.
We now take our first commercial break. Coming up is Health News. Stay tuned.
Kodi kolera ndi chani?
Kolera ndi matenda othulula. Munthu amene adwala matenda ya kolera amathulula kwambiri ndi kusanza. Dothi lake limakhala ngati madzi momwe atsukira mpunga. Ndipo munthu odwala kolera, madzi mthupi lake amatha kamba kakuti iye amachoka kwambiri kupyolera mkusanza ndi kuthulula kwambiri. Munthu odwala kolera angamwalire m'maola 12 kaya kuti 12 hours ngati sanalandire mwamsanga thandizo la mankhwala.
Kodi munthu angatengere motani matenda a kolera?
Kumwa madzi adothi, kudya zakudya ndi m'manja mosasamba mwadothi kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mbale zotsukiwa ndi madzi adothi. Kudya zakudya zimene zinangosiwa mosasamala posabwinikira. Kudya zakudya zozizira zachimbala zimene sizinasungiwa bwino. Kudya zakudya zimene amagulitsa mphepete mwa misewu. Kudya zipatso ndi ndiwo zamasamba zosatsuka.
Kodi kolera ingachinjiriziwe?
Gadusani madzi anu akumwa kapena kugwiritsa ntchito chlorine. Sambani m'manja ndi madzi aukhondo ndi sopo mukamaliza kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Funditsani zakudya mukalibe kuyamba kudya. Osadya zakudya zimene zimagulitsiwa mphepete mwa misewu. Muyenera kubwinikira zakudya kuopetsa kuti ntchentche zingakakeko. Nthawi zonse muyenera kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Pewani kugwiritsa ntchito machemba kapena maplastiki ngati chimbudzi. Onani kuti dothi litayiwa mchimbudzi. Nthawi zonse onani kuti zimbuzi zikhala zaukhondo ndipo nthawi zonse pambowa wa chimbudzi chanu pazikhala pobwinikira bwinobwino. Okubweretsani uthenga uyu ndi aunduna wa zaumoyo.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao has urged Mpulungu residents to keep the town clean. Mr. Mbao, who led residents in the Keep Mpulungu Clean, Green and Healthy campaign, urged residents not to throw litter in drainages. In Western Province, the construction of a maternity annex at Moyo Rural Health Center in Nalolo District is almost complete. Town Council Director of Works Festus Kakana disclosed the development when Western Province Presidential Delivery Unit inspected the project. Sifue Mangala now gives us the details.
Nalolo Town Council Director of Works Festus Kakana says his team is devoted to ensuring that construction of a maternity wing at Moyo Rural Health Center is completed on time. Mr. Kakana said this when Provincial Presidential Delivery Unit inspected the construction site.
Just to assure the community that we are almost completing. As you can see, the project behind me, it's almost at 90% complete. And what has remained is just painting works. And before we paint, we discovered that there were some components that were missing from the standard BOQ, that is the spoon drain. So we had to go back to the drawing table so that we can make an addendum to create that additional work.
And Nalolo District Health Director Douglas Singini says the construction of the maternity annex will address the maternal challenges faced in the area.
The facility did not have a proper maternity facility. There were wards that were just left here that were being shared by the females, and the maternity were just next to each other. So there was little or no privacy, and we needed to have a maternity annex that allowed for privacy, had inbuilt water systems, and as well as had electrical as well as medical installations inside.
Okay. Speaking after inspecting the construction work, Provincial Presidential Delivery Unit Chairperson Paul Abasimbi expressed mixed feelings over the construction works.
So we want to assure the public, to assure the councils that when we come and visit projects like this, we want to see to it that there are test results. That really assures us issues to do with quality of the projects. So we want to urge the councils to ensure that the procurement processes are enhanced so that we can have these projects delivered within the intended period.
Meanwhile, Nalolo residents have appreciated the government's efforts in constructing the maternity annex.
Tusoye haitile chwana akikuli mwendikini na fera ya tabezi korona sepa salika ufera wona batavizi.
Sifue Mwangala, reporting for Zanis in Nalolo District, Western Province.
Now, the local authority in Siavonga District in Southern Province has with immediate effect suspended operations at the Monday market at Harbour Market due to the increasing cases of cholera in the country. The district council says the suspension of activities at the market is aimed at preventing the spread of cholera in the tourist town. Here are the details.
Marketeers in Sianyolo area in Siavonga district have been operating in an open space for decades. They tow in the heat daily because they have to put food on the table and provide other needs to their families. Thankfully, the plight of these marketeers is soon changing as a market shelter is being constructed for them through the Constituents Development Fund CDF.
Parikuromba kuti turombo yoti market ihambane kumana kuisa kuti vamaka into besu bazwe hanze ari pavatantikira avora dota
kuromba kwa kutibia market ihambane kutekwa tukwanihe kuna utahiro kuyahura mbiya ndakuwa mapenza mane nanga idoti ira kutunjirira wawa itiani imane kambo kuya botu yabo kuyambwa kuti olonhula yabora tawe mutukede mulika botu bya mulise okukire kukede kutaiga itu yaso.
The market shelter is being constructed at a total cost of 538,600. This market shelter is being constructed by Vantra Company, a local contractor who is expected to complete the project in 3 weeks' time. Sianyolo community has also witnessed a transformation in other infrastructure development. A maternity annex is under construction at the clinic, while roadworks on Sinadambwe Sianyolo Road are progressing well. The district commissioner, Geoffrey Jacopo, toasts the quality of works on the ongoing projects.
I am happy with the quality of works, and from the look of things, after having talked to the contractor, they are on time. Contractor, keep it up. These are the works that we want done in our area. Quality work and on time. If you are given to say you have to complete in 6 months or 3 months time, make sure that you stick to time.
Mkwengu Shapande, Zanis, in Siavonga District, Southern Province.
Still in Southern Province, Choma Town Council has led a team of stakeholders in the district in a cleanup exercise of the Central Business District in response to the cholera outbreak in the country. Council Public Health Director Mchonka has since advised members of the public in the district to adhere to health guidelines in order to curb the spread of the disease. Here's a report.
Business came to a standstill as officers from Choma Town Council and the business community in Choma District engaged in a cleaning exercise of the Central Business District. This is in response to the rising cumulative cases of the cholera epidemic. And Choma Town Council is resolved in ensuring hygiene standards are upheld in the district.
We've made a deliberate arrangement that all the shops are closed and only open at 9 hours to facilitate the cleaning of our town. Going forward, this is just not a one-off thing. It will be periodic. The businessmen, we've encouraged them to clean their shops every morning, and the council will endeavor to collect waste. The other thing, cholera is all about hygiene, sanitation and hygiene. There should be personal hygiene and environmental hygiene. If these two things are adhered to, then we may not have any more cases of cholera coming up in Choma.
Meanwhile, the business community has supported this endeavor.
Tikamba ziko mu maningi monga program yemwe aleta ya cleaning ndaba kuseni sele bantu bandiri bacherera kukirina monga town mwe yaonekera yachinja monga ya pusanako na madezi ya yenangwa yero yaonekako
so leo ni day cleaner, keep Zambia clean. So funika panti peze kapati 7 kwa mashops, bana mashops funika pakini wafunika paoneka clean kuchia na matenda ya cholera.
A check at some of the markets within the Central Business District found citizens cleaning.
Programu ya kucleana mu market ni programu boyiriga votu utegwa tutangire burwazi obubwa cholera, more especially mu market motambara yagulia amatomato makabeji kubikansi tajiriga votu.
Tuguri banzanga wa market ya tufunika tikulizane kukirina market yonse yoneke kwa clean. Tushite prevent matenda ya cholera so tutazike bana batu na isi.
So far, over 7,800 cholera cases have been reported countrywide. With such interventions in place, it is hoped that the further spread of this disease will be curbed. Liseli Simusole, Zanis in Choma District, Southern Province.
We now take another break and more stories when we return. Stay tuned.
Kolela ichumanyi kolela hi musongo wa kuhitisha muntu una kwachikika musongo wa kolela ukukata musongo wa kuhitisha na kusanza muntu yeniwo wahitisha nga menji adine imenji alosu muyeji ukuma menji mu mujimba windi mulonga wa kushweza kuhitisha menji amavulu muyeji na twechukufwa muji ora 10 na jiyadi ne ikutambula kukewa kwa kubula kulumbuluka injilanyi mwa kutambwila musongo wakapota munene ikolela kuna menji akubula kushewa ichumbu hela menji amajilu kuda yakukwata na makasa amajilu hela kukosa yenga na menji amajilu kuda yakubula kubutewa hana kuwila anjinji kuda infuta yichuta inabuli kuhembewa chubwahi kuda yakuda inakulandishewa kunsanyi kwakwa injilanyi yaukang'echela musongo wakapota muneni kolela bwakati shenu menji enu akunwa hela shenu mu yichumbu ya chlorine welenu kumakasa enu na mulola na kuwela nawa kumakasa hanyuma ya kuzacha chimbushu tati shenu yakuda heno kanda muyidi bai kuda yakuda inakulandishewa kunsanyi kwakwa zati shenu chimbushu mpindi yejima bai kuzatisha nyingomu hela ipepala ya njunju muna mwakunatila malabishi mwanene nenu anju anakudukwashila kuyimbushu hembeni chimbushu cha unyonji nawa china kubutewa insangu yino anaileteliyu kudi akamtayi waipatela.
We continue with the news. Chipangali district in Eastern Province will this year procure about 6,000 desks using the Constituency Development Fund. Member of Parliament Andrew Lubusha says in response to the presidential directive of having no pupils sit on the floor, the district managed to procure 5,000 desks last year. Details in the following report.
One of the prominent sectors benefiting from the constituency development funds is education, mainly through the construction of classroom spaces, as well as equipping them with desks. In Chipangali district, for instance, the area member of parliament shared that a total of 5,000 desks were procured last year.
President Marcos directed Yama desk, Tinagula desk over 5,000 last year. 9 year, Tizagula between 5 and 6,000 desks. Kutitipitilize kuleta desks na schools yosiana bana baba sazinkala bansi.
Meanwhile, Tamanda Day Secondary School is one of the learning institutions hoping to benefit from this year's desk allocation as the school battles many challenges.
Schools that have just been upgraded have several challenges. There was a challenge of accommodation because the accommodation that was there was to be shared between the primary school and the secondary school. The desks are the same. It was really a problem, as it is still a problem, because we have not received yet our allocation from CDF. Building is not yet very complete. One, it has no drainage. The 2 rooms are already in use. They are already in use, learners are learning there. Then the other 2 rooms, because we don't have a permanent structure for dormitory, our boys are sleeping on the other wing. The houses are inadequate. Some teachers are sleeping in a 1-roomed house with a family. We have several teachers who are experiencing that because this is a mission land, so we benefit equally. The church has been coming in to make efforts to build makeshift houses so that the teachers can be accommodated, but the problem is still there.
However, some of the challenges experienced here are already being attended to.
We are happy that we are already responding positively to a number of challenges that you have. We responded to the road network that we worked on using the CDF. Furthermore, the Republican President has equally helped us respond to the crisis of sanitation. I know there are still a number of projects that you have mentioned. This incomplete building, we are happy that the Deputy Director is here with us and he will be able to guide us on how best we can work to make sure that this project is completely done and handed over.
Abigail Kashweka reporting in Chipangali district.
Now, Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu has called on stakeholders in the province to unite in a bid to end child marriage. Mr. Mpundu made the call in Luwingu district during the official launch of the Children's Court Act No. 12 of 2022 sensitization exercise to be undertaken in 18 chiefdoms in the province. Helen Bwalia now gives us more in this report.
Child marriages and early pregnancies are common in Northern Province, while the region also records cases of some children abandoning school in search of mushrooms and caterpillars depending on the season. Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu wants such vices stamped out of the province, especially with the commitment shown by governments to protect the children by enacting the Children's Code Act No. 12 of 2022. Mr. Mpundu said this in Mungwi district when he officially launched the sensitization of the traditional leaders in 18 chiefdoms across the province on the Children's Code Act No. 12 of 2022.
You may be aware, government has the responsibility to put in place policies, standards, guidelines, services, and resources to ensure children's rights are respected, protected, and fulfilled. The desire of this government that every child is born in Zambia must be brought up in a well-protected environment and be allowed to grow up and fulfill their dreams.
Motion Milambo is Provincial Child Development Coordinator.
Indeed, SAM is a milestone in the protection of the lives and welfare of children in the Northern Province. Now, what makes me very happy is to have this gathering to witness the liberation of children.
Earlier, the Permanent Secretary paid a courtesy on Paramount Chief Chitimukulu of the Bemba people at his palace in Mungwi district.
I think the government has taken a very positive stance so that at this time we have at least we are being educated on how to raise the children, how to put them in order, and their responsibilities and our responsibilities towards the children.
Mungwi District Commissioner Mumam Sonda and Mungwi Council Chairperson Grace Chomba also attended the launch. Helen Bwalia for Zanis in Mungwi District, Northern Province.
Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu has called on stakeholders in the province to unite in a bid to end child marriage. Mr. Mpundu made the call in Luwingu District during the official launch of the Children's Code Act No. 12 of 2022 sensitization exercise to be undertaken in 18 chiefdoms in the province. Details in this report. And in agriculture news, the Food Reserve Agency has commenced community sales of white maize grain in Gwembe district in Southern Province to avert food shortages that have affected most households in the district. District Commissioner Kilion Chikandula says the distribution of maize to 4 depots have been selected to sell the commodity at 330 kwacha per 50 kg bag has already started. Brian Kapuka now reports.
The Food Reserve Agency has commenced community sales of white maize grains in Gwembe district. This follows reports of food insecurity in some parts of the district owing to flash floods and dry spells that the district experienced in the last farming season. Gwembe District Commissioner Kilion Chikandula says that the maize will be sold at the price of 330 kwacha per 50 kg bag.
Okay, now we are saying the exercise of buying has started because as of today, GPEPO is going to receive 150 and tomorrow they will take about 150. So per depot they will be given 600. When those 600 bags are bought, or they are finished, another consignment will come. We will just continue like that. It will depend on how people are going to be buying. So far, we have been given in 4 depots. First one is at Gwembe, Plateau here. Second one, Lukonde. Third, Bondo. Our 4th, GPEPO. Otherwise, the amount per bag is 330 kwacha. That is 50 kg bag.
The District Commissioner said the maize will be sold at one level through the Ward Development Committees and the local councillor. He has warned the WDCs and the civic leadership to closely monitor the community sale in order to avoid people from other districts and businessmen from buying the maize from Gwembe district.
WDC members, make sure that you monitor the buying, because we don't want other people to come from other districts to come and squeeze, or maybe one businessman to buy so many bags. What we want is each family to have 1 bag per month.
And the community have thanked government for the community sale at a price of 330 kwacha, saying that it will lessen their expenditure on meal.
Tupaulumba umapopo nguba tuletela
kambo mapoke alamolo 330 jalo tulajaninga oti tulaba aguba obirwa ebula imapopwe winda kulaga saka gabusu
balipengede kukwera zo kugwembe kuya kumonze kuyo kulaga saka gabusu amolo wa 250 abobo tulumba kunende ya new doni mufa mana kutuyeya.
Brian Kapuka reporting in Gwembe District, Southern Province.
We now take our final break. We'll be right back with more stories.
Kolera wapa msongo muka. Kolera wapa msongo wa kuichisa. Mutu alina msongo wa kolera echikuichisa nga chikuma na kusaza nawa. Bize vipi mwachisa mutu na vipoya meya nge msoji wa loso. Mubeji echikuzia nga chikuma mujimba mumoye kufumisa meya a mujimba. Mubeji nawa na hase kufa mujiwola li 12 hours ngeka wechi kumuhana vitumbo vya kumuka wa shiko. Unahase nga chili kwachi wa kumsongo wa kolera kuhichila mkuna meya kuwa na kuhaka vitumbo nawa aze ali na majilo. Kulia vya kulia na mawoko aze ali na majilo chipwe kuzachisa malonga na jindeho ja kukosa na meya majilo akuwa na kuhaka vitumbo. Kulia vya kuhona kufika vize wana wili kubajiji. Kulia vituta vize kabatumbikanga kana wako. Kulia vize wana kulandulula mumikwakwa. Na kulia na wamihako na makovu wako na kukosa kanawa. Tunahasenga chili kulikinga kumusongo wa kolera. Teleke numea enu akunwa chipwe kuhaka mo vitumbo vya chlorine. Sandenu kumawoko enu na sopo chipwe na meya kuhaka vitumbo hanyima ya kuzaisa chimbusho. Zumisenu vyakulia venu shimbukanda mubilie. Fwikenu havyakulia vyenu vyosena kuchina kuviwila kubajiji. Kanda kulia vyakulia kulanda mumikwa kwa nduma. Zachisenu chimbushu lualo sena. Kahakanda kuzachisa ndundu chipwe mapepa andundu hakuya na kulihehwa nduma. Mwatela kumona ngwenu vipi yosena munavitapu ila mchimbushu. Chimbushu cha nawa chatela kupwa cha unyoji kahanawa cha kufika lualo sena. Mujimbu no banamnehela wakuli bakachanda chatala kulikangula cha meno ya watu cha Ministry of Health.
And now the last set of stories starting from Western Province, where government has commended Japan Tobacco International, JTI, for its approach in mitigating the negative environmental impacts arising from its commercial activities in Kema district. Western Province Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta says the efforts by JTI are an indication that the company wants to improve its carbon footprint, a move he says must be emulated by other investors whose business operations rely on forest resources. The minister was speaking at Mawilo community during a tree planting event at Kanyanga Tapalu's farm in Kema district. Mr. Mbangweta praised JTI for acknowledging and taking responsibility over the loss of forests that have resulted from harvesting of wood fuel that is supplied to the company for tobacco curing. Japan Tobacco International agronomist Mokton Soko said the company embarked on the agroforestry program in 2012, and over the years it has struggled to get the program established. Meanwhile, Western Province Principal Forestry Officer Messi Kandalu said the visit to Mawilo community demonstrated the level of collaboration that exists between her department and partners who carry the same vision of taking responsibility to green Zambia and promote green jobs.
We want to commend them for acknowledging and taking responsibility over the loss of forests that are the resulted from harvesting of wood fuel that is supplied to the company for tobacco curing, for addressing the negative impacts by providing alternative sources of wood through establishing commercial wood lots that will supply wood fuel for tobacco curing in the long term, for planting 1.5 million eucalyptus trees in the commercial plantations and the community wood lots on degraded land, which will significantly help in addressing the rate of deforestation in our area and the province. And also for introducing improved tobacco kiln that reduces wood fuel demand for tobacco curing. And finally, for adopting and offering financial support towards management of the Shamba Forest Reserve and the provision of alternative forest-based livelihoods to people living close to this protected area.
JTI had embarked on the agroforestry program in 2012, and over the years we've struggled to get this program established. To date, what we do is that every grower that is growing with us, they have to plant 500 trees per hectare of tobacco that they grow. Yes. The reason for this is that in 2030, we do not intend to have growers who are going to harvest wood from the natural forest.
Our coming here is to demonstrate the level of collaboration we have with partners who carry the same vision of at least taking responsibility to green Zambia and to ensure we promote some green jobs. The message we are sending is that we want everybody to be involved in planting trees, and if they can only plant trees that really give value and help them to do business.
In Luapula Province, Pentecostal churches in Mansa district have embarked on a program aimed at addressing the high number of divorce cases in the country. Mansa Grace Ministries Bishop Cruz Lumbama says broken families are a source of some of the problems the country is experiencing, hence the need for the church to find ways of stopping the vice. Here's a report.
In 2022, Zambia recorded the highest number of divorce cases in a single year, totaling 31,000. These cases have continued to be on a rise as couples have continued to file for divorce. This situation has prompted Pentecostal churches in Mansa district in Luapula province to embark on seminars for couples to build strong families.
And again, because of such gender-based violence, you will understand to say there's too much divorce. Because GPV will definitely lead to divorce. Too much divorce, especially in our generation. And because there's too much divorce, a lot of children are growing up without parental covering, without parental care. And again, we are able to see crime rates rising up because people that are committing a lot of atrocities in our communities, they are these small children we call junkies. And most of those children are coming from broken homes.
Dr. Collins Kachaka was the key speaker at the first ever couple seminar and emphasized on the importance of having strong families if the country is to deal with its problems.
The matters of crime rates, the matters of unemployment in the country. How do we resolve these matters? How do we help as a church, as people of God? How do we help? The only way, the only formula to resolve the challenges we face as a country is to focus on a family. Because in the plan of God, the family is the center for education.
It is hoped that such initiatives by the church can help to build strong families ties, thereby reducing on divorce cases in the country. Kenneth Chomba, reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District.
And now to Muchinga Province, where the Civil Service Commission has cautioned over 200 health workers recruited in 2023 in the province against mistreating patients. Civil Service Commission Acting Chairperson Cholwe Beani says the commission will not tolerate any health worker who be found mistreating patients. Dr. Beani said this when he held a meeting with the newly recruited health workers at both Chinsali District and General Hospitals. Pamela Inambao now gives us more in this report.
He held meetings with the newly recruited health workers in the just-ended 2023 recruitment process in Muchinga Province. While in Chinsali District, the Civil Service Commission Acting Chairperson, Dr. Cholwe Beani, during the meeting at both Chinsali District and Chinsali General Hospitals, called for professionalism among the workers.
Operate, behave, act, conduct yourselves professionally, with the diligence, courtesy, and politeness to your customers, who are your clients, the patients. But we also want to see an improved service delivery system in this country. You will probably inherit old bad work habits as you join the civil service. Don't join with bad work habits.
The newly recruited health workers who have since thanked government for the employment opportunity.
We are going to put in our very best to be able to serve our country to the utmost of our abilities. We'll do our best to improve the healthcare so as the healthcare delivery that is being expected is given. We just want to say thank you again for having given us the privilege to be picked.
Thanking the Commission of Zambia and the government in particular for considering me as a registered nurse working in the service.
Meanwhile, Muchinga Province Health Director Dr. David Silwea said the 231 newly recruited health workers allocated to the province will help in the delivery of quality health care services.
We are thankful. From the numbers that you gave us, we're able to recruit about 20 intern doctors that have actually reported into this facility. And these actually help us in the operation of the hospital. And it's because it's also now a training facility.
The Civil Service Commission Acting Chairperson Dr. Jolwe Beyani and his team also took time to tour Chinsali General Hospital. Pamela Inamba reporting for Zanis in Chinsali, Muchinga Province.
The establishment of waste recycling plants in the country has intensified following a presidential directive to manage and turn waste into value. EarthCheck Investment Limited Company Executive Officer Alfred Yotamu says his recycling company, which received financial support from the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, has provided employment to some youths. And finally, on the news, the Lions Club District 413 and Unkango Company have donated an assortment of items worth 20,000 kwacha to Our Lady's Hospice in Lusaka's Kalingalinga Township. During the handover, Lions Club District Committee Chairperson in charge of hunger, Grace Sakala, said the donation is aimed at reducing hunger and enhance maintenance of hygiene at the hospice. Ms. Sakala said the donation is in accordance with the Lions Club calendar and duty to help reduce hunger in communities. She said the club has specifically chosen to donate to the hospice because of the unique services it offers to the terminally ill, especially those that have been abandoned and have no one else to take care of them. Unkango General Manager Angela Chipalo said her company is delighted to have joined in the donation and expressed hope that the donation will help the hospice in many ways. Our Lady's Hospice Director Victor Ondi thanked the two organizations for the gesture. He explained that the hospice has extended services to outpatients, offering different services including maternity, pediatrics, and general medicine.
Stand here today, this morning, to make this donation of foodstuffs and cleaning materials. This is in line with our Lionistic calendar. This month, January, the month of January, it's a month of hunger awareness activities. So in line with this, we thought it wise as a committee that we shine a light to patients here at the hospice. We believe that this donation will benefit the hospice to take care of the terminally ill patients, as we already heard from Dr. Victor here, that they look after terminally ill patients, and some are abandoned, others come from far places, and there's no one to look after them. So we thought that it's wise that we come in as Lions to help the hospice take care of these people by providing the nutritious food. As you can see, we have soya chunks and we have fruits. We have a lot of foods, assorted foods. And we also believe that patients need a clean environment. So as Lions, we thought we should also donate the cleaning material.
I'm very grateful to the Lions, and I hope that this makes a difference to the hospice. We look forward to doing more.
We are supported by the Diocese of Lusaka, the Archdiocese of Lusaka. We are supported by the government, as well as other partners like CRS and CHAS, in order to offer the care which we do offer currently. We are grateful to have all of you here today. We are grateful for your support. We are grateful to the partners.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, let's take another look at the top stories. Chinese Chamber of Commerce donates to cholera campaign. Government calls for publicity of developmental projects. Construction of maternity annex at Moyo Rural Health Center nears completion. And Chipangali to procure 6,000 desks this year. Thank you so much for watching the news. My name is Henry Himonde, but remember to seek medical help when you present with cholera symptoms. For now, it's goodbye.